It has been one of the most requested aircraft models over the last couple of years for sure, and to be fair, I have taken quite a bit of time to get around to it. But before we take a closer look at the model, let me just quickly address a few things because I do expect quite a few comments revolving around the same topic. Well, I bought the aircraft model from a retailer a couple of years ago for the retail price at the time. I do not know how much it costs now, and I do not know how much it costs in some random country around the world, so please don't ask me about that, and no, I'm not selling it. But if you are on the lookout for the model, use Google and use eBay to find it. And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 777-300ER of Biman Bangladesh Airlines. At the front of the box we have the cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and at the top of the box we have the Biman Bangladesh Airlines branding. Then on the backside of the box we have a lovely image of the aircraft in real life. We've been given the original dimensions of the aircraft and also a little bit of a backstory towards the airline and the aircraft type. Very nice, super nice box design from Herpa Wings here, and we can also see that it is a limited edition. And here she is, the Boeing 777-300ER of Biman Bangladesh Airlines in their current livery, which was introduced around 2011-12 with this aircraft type, as far as I could make out. But now let us take a closer look at the aircraft model itself, and we start off with the tail section where we on the vertical stabilizer have the Biman Bangladesh Airlines branding. Underneath some writing that's, as far as I know, Bengali and means Biman, and as far as I have understood, Biman is coming out of the native language Sanskrit, which then just simply means plane. But I'm heavily relying here on Wikipedia and on what is written on the box, so if I'm wrong here, feel free to correct me in the comment section below. On the fuselage we then have the aircraft type specification and the full registration code, and at the very tail of the aircraft we also have a little bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. Then at the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage we have the writing of Bangladesh Airlines, and we of course have the flag of Bangladesh. We also have the name of the aircraft, which in this case is placed to the left of the front cabin door, and the aircraft is named after the PAL key. The cockpit section itself is rather bare-boned. We have the cockpit windows with some nice markings around the edges of those, and we have the window wipers printed on, but that's about it. If we then quickly take a look at the engine nacelles, we can see here printed on we have the logo again of Biman Bangladesh, and we also have the nice silver leading edge. The biggest issue we however have with the engines is just the fact that they are shaped incorrectly from Herpa Wings. This is however not just affecting this aircraft model but all 777s across Herpa's production line. But it's a shame that they still haven't fixed it. They are supposed to be GE90 engines and they just don't look correctly, which is again a shame because honestly speaking I think the physical detailing itself is just fine. Also when we look into the engines from the front where we can see the engine fan blades, that looks nice, so it's a shame that they're just not pulled off as they should be. On the fuselage above the wings we then of course have the emergency exit, which leads us straight to the wings, which we should definitely also take a closer look at. And if we start off here with the top side, we can see the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. We also have the markings for the emergency exits, but that's it. Normally we would also find a thick black line indicating the outer edges of the landing gear. We don't have that here in this case. Then the underside of the wings I think looks pretty decent as well. Here we also find the full registration code of the aircraft once again. Then a quick look at the landing gear reveals that this is the standard landing gear that Herpa uses for their 777-300s or 300ERs. That's not a big surprise, I guess, but it's also not a bad thing in this case because overall it does look rather nice. The only thing of course I would wish is just a few printed details, especially around the front landing gear, but we don't get that with standard models from Herpa Wings, but only with Herpa Wings Club models, unfortunately. And another quick look here at the belly reveals this nice little detail here where we have the writing of Bangladesh, and look at this Herpa, you could actually add details to the belly of the aircraft without pointlessly destroying them. Please do that again in the future. And then last but not least we also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here in the backside of the aircraft and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 777-300ER of Biman Bangladesh Airlines from Herpa Wings in scale 1 to 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Overall, I think it is actually a rather decent model from Herpa Wings. As far as I could make out, the aircraft model itself was produced from Herpa Wings back in 2013. So it's from a time before Herpa really went down the drain and before they started making silly things with their aircraft models, like adding stupid holes in the fuselage for stands, which they then don't include with the aircraft models. So this aircraft, although a little bit basic, is actually pretty solid. Yes, it does still suffer from the problem with the engines. I mean, they do look alright, they're just not shaped entirely correctly, which is a shame. The print itself, I think, is of a really nice standard. Yes, okay, we could also here have just a few more details, but overall, yes, it's a solid aircraft model, and if you can find it, I would say absolutely it's an aircraft worth having in one's collection. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed the video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.